Right now, your thumb is moving. You don't remember deciding to move it, but it's scrolling anyway. Down, down, down. Your eyes are catching on colors and shapes that don't matter, pulling your attention like a fishing hook through water. You told yourself you'd check for 5 minutes. It's been 45. And the strangest part? Your brain doesn't want to stop. It's fighting you if you try. You're not weak. You're not broken. You're experiencing something far more ancient than you realize. You're experiencing a trap that was built by your own neurobiology, weaponized by engineers, and perfected over billions of years of evolution. To understand why you can't stop scrolling, you first have to understand what your brain was actually built to do. Imagine you're standing in the African savanna 2 million years ago. The sun is setting. Your tribe is gathered around a fire, and someone is telling a story about what happened to them that day. They saw a lion. The lion was near the watering hole. It had a scar on its face. Everyone leans in. Your brain is recording every detail: the lion, the scar, the location, the danger. This information could save your life. This information could save your child's life. Your brain releases a flood of dopamine, a chemical that feels like satisfaction, like the world makes sense. The more surprising the story, the more novel the detail, the more dopamine flows. But here's the part that matters. Your brain doesn't reward you for finishing the story. It rewards you for paying attention to the next story. And the story after that. Because in the ancient world, the human who stopped listening to stories died. The human who could be distracted or bored or satisfied with what they knew missed the crucial warning about the poisoned well, or the tribe moving to new hunting grounds, or the conspiracy brewing in the camp next door. Your brain was engineered by 2 million years of natural selection to be obsessed with new information, to crave the next input, to never, ever be satisfied. This is called neophilia, the love of the new. It's written into your dopamine system like a command at the deepest level of your biology. B.F. Skinner was a psychologist who studied this in the 1950s. He gave pigeons a lever. Every time the pigeon pressed the lever, it got a pellet of food. Most animals got bored quickly. They'd press the lever until they were full, then walk away. But then Skinner changed the experiment. He made the food come out on a variable schedule. Sometimes pressing the lever gave food immediately. Sometimes it took 5 presses. Sometimes 20. The pigeons went insane. They pecked the lever thousands of times. They became obsessed. They couldn't stop. Skinner called it a variable ratio reinforcement schedule, and it's the most powerful addiction mechanism ever discovered. Your social media feed works exactly like Skinner's lever. Every time you scroll down, you don't know what you're going to see. Sometimes it's something that makes you feel something: a laugh, a shock, a spark of anger, a moment of connection. Sometimes it's meaningless. The unpredictability is the whole point. Your brain doesn't reward consistency. It rewards surprise. Every scroll down is a press of the lever. And your dopamine system, the same system that kept your ancestors alive by obsessing over novel information, is now pulling you deeper into a stream that's literally infinite. But there's another layer. Neuroscientist Dr. James Clear has studied the neuroscience of habit formation, and he's found something crucial. Your brain doesn't just crave new information. It craves the identity that comes with performing the action. When you scroll, you're not just getting a hit of dopamine from the content itself. You're reinforcing a story you tell yourself about who you are. You are someone who stays informed. You are someone who's connected. You are someone who knows what's happening. The scroll itself, the gesture itself, has become a ritual. It's become who you are. This matters because it explains why you check your phone the moment you wake up, why you pull it out when you're waiting for the microwave, why your hand goes to your pocket when you're in a conversation, even though you're not consciously thinking about it. The scroll has become embedded in your identity. It's not a choice anymore, it's a reflex. It's like blinking, except it's designed to extract your attention and sell it to advertisers. The final layer is this. Your brain is also a social brain. For 2 million years, gossip was survival. The person who knew what other people were doing, what other people thought of them, who was gaining status, and who was losing it, that person survived. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar has documented this extensively. He calls it the Dunbar number. Your brain is wired to care about roughly 150 people at a personal level. But humans have engineered a way to expand that number infinitely. Now you have access to the status updates of millions of people. You can see their lives, their choices, their successes, and their failures, all streaming past your eyes in real time. Your brain treats these strangers like they're part of your tribe. And your brain treats their status updates like they're crucial information about your standing in the social hierarchy. So when you scroll, you're not just hunting for novelty. You're hunting for social information. You're checking your standing, you're monitoring threats, you're looking for opportunities to gain status. And the algorithm knows this. The algorithm is watching what makes you pause, what makes you double tap, what makes you share. And it's optimizing every single frame to trigger the exact emotional response that keeps you scrolling. The algorithm has become better at understanding your tribal instincts than you are. Here's what's actually happening. The engineers who designed these platforms didn't invent a new desire. They took desires that evolved in your brain over millions of years. The desire for novelty, for social information, for status, for belonging, and they engineered an environment where those desires can never be satisfied. The stream is infinite. The comparisons never stop. The status is always in flux. Your brain, designed for an African savanna where resources were limited and information was scarce, is now facing an endless torrent of stimulation, and it can't tell the difference between a real threat to your status and a celebrity's Instagram post. But here's the part that saves you. Understanding this changes nothing about the mechanism, but it changes everything about your relationship to it. You're not addicted because you're weak. You're not scrolling because you're broken. You're scrolling because your brain is actually working perfectly. It's doing exactly what it was built to do. It's hunting for information that could save your life. It's monitoring your social position. It's seeking novelty because novelty meant survival. The people who built these platforms didn't make a mistake. They didn't accidentally design the most addictive thing humans have ever created. They engineered it. They knew about the variable ratio reinforcement schedule. They knew about neophilia. They knew about the tribal nature of human status. And they built a machine that exploits all of it perfectly. The question isn't why you can't stop scrolling. The question is why you think you ever had a choice at all. And maybe that's where this lands. Right now your thumb is moving. You don't remember deciding to move it, but now you know why. Your thumb is moving because evolution designed a brain that needs to know what's happening next. And someone, somewhere, designed an application that will never, ever let you find out.